Hello, people. This is Jay Kaushal, writer, motivational speaker, and life coach, and I'm still here in Missouri. And this is about as far from civilization as I could manage to get. I'm at this place called George Everest. It's pretty high. It's one of the highest points here. If you can see, it's beautiful, and it's quite scenic. You can probably hear some noises in the road below. It's quite far from here, but it's safe to say that there isn't anybody for about a mile around. So yeah, pretty peaceful. Yesterday, I was talking to you about you being there for you. A very important part of that is solitude. There's a reason that all these monks, all these sadhus, all these rishis, and all these, you know, wise men are shown so comfortable with their solitude. Osho, Rajneesh, if you follow him, I really like his thought. He said that the ability to be alone is the ability to love. You see, the capacity for solitude is same as the capacity for love, because the first lesson that solitude teaches you, because the first lesson that solitude teaches you is that your partner or any joy in the world can only add to the joy that you already have within you. Nobody is a replacement for the joy that you need to create for yourself. First of all, you need to have the requisite amount of joy that you need, the fulfillment that you need within you. You can't expect people to just fill in this hole that you're carrying inside. And it's very interesting that I just kind of realized this today. I've been trekking after a long time. Yeah, I mean, as part of work, I did that even in the series. You'll see up ahead, we shot some amazing videos in the Himalayas. And, spoiler. But, just for myself, just to enjoy, I haven't done this in a long time. And I used to do that a lot early on. I used to spend a lot of time in forests. I used to spend a lot of time, trekking and just hitchhiking all over the mountains, wherever I could go, and just spending time with myself on the road. And now I realize that the reason that I really stopped it was I thought that it had fulfilled its purpose in my life, and it had given me the clarity that I needed. It had given me the fulfillment that I needed, and then all I needed to do after that was focus on life coaching, focus on my job, focus on creating my passion alive. Now I realize that that process is never complete. It's an ongoing process. The process of self-discovery is an ongoing process. It's never complete. It'll only be completed when you realize you're God. That's the final thing. That's the final stage, when you realize you're just the universe experiencing itself, like Alan Watts says, right? And it's kind of interesting that, we think that your passion is going to fulfill you. We think all of these things, all of these material things, they're going to fulfill you in some way. To be recognized, to be known, to be respected. Paradoxically, the one thing that really does a very good job of fulfilling you is experiencing the void. When you experience the void, you can tap into the sound of the universe. You can tap into what the trees are saying to you. You can tap into what the clouds are saying to you. You can tap into what the world is saying to you. You can tap into, most importantly, what your heart is saying to you. And we get out of alignment with our heart. Finally, when we're just so fed up of life, we decide to go alone. We decide to go someplace, or, we decide to, spend time in solitude. And that is when we realize, when we discover ourselves again, when we fill up this void on our own again, when we go away from everything material and just spend time with the esoteric. That is when we realize that why the relationships weren't working, why you got fired at your job, or why you lost all of that money in a business, or why you had that falling out with a friend, all the bad things that have gone in your life, it is then that you realized why they went the way that they did. The sun is coming here. Let me just change the angles up. And it is then that you realize that the most important truth to life is that you don't need anything to be happy. You really don't. Look, there are these concepts of what we think that will make us happy. There are things that actually do make us happy. And then there are things that are beyond everything else. When you connect with you, you realize that the things that are beyond everything else are actually the things that everybody is after. Every other thing you can get. But the thing that is, beyond everything else, those are the things that everybody's after. Those are tough things. Those are things that are tough to get. And so you need to, stop lying to yourself, and you need to realize you need to, stop cheating yourself out of the truth. This is what, the Buddhists say in Mahayana Buddhism, that, enlightenment is this game that you play with yourself. You can go about the circle of life as long as you want. Finally, when you think that you're tired of it, you can just get enlightened. That is actually the approach that Zen masters use. That you shock the disciple into enlightenment. And that is also something that that I've begun to find a lot of merit in life now. I feel that as long as you want to be satisfied by all of these things, that you need to live life, that you need to enjoy life, that you need to experience life, go ahead, do that. But then finally, you need to understand that life, self-discovery, satisfaction is about that third category of things. That third category of things where it's not about any of this. It's something else. It's something else entirely. And how you find it is you connect with that void. And how you connect with that void is you spend time in solitude. That's it. Okay? If you can't listen to the universe, it's because you're too loud. Shut up. Listen. Right? And in the beginning, a lot of bullshit is going to come up. A friend of mine said, do you really need to meditate every day? What's the point of meditating every day? I mean, can't I just go to Vipassana for like twice a year, or some retreat for twice a year? What's the point of meditating every day? I said, don't you brush your teeth every day? You do. Don't you go to the toilet every day? You do. Right? Why? Because those are necessary activities. Germs build up. Dirt builds up. You need to just expunge it. You need to clear it out. Meditation is just like that. The more you are in a healing profession, if you're a doctor, if you're a, let's say a lawyer, not one of those, so the more that you're actually in a healing profession, if you're a life coach, if you're a nurse, if you're in medicine anyway, you're a doctor, or let's say you're a counselor, you're a psychologist, you're a psychotherapist, or you're a Reiki healer, you're a pranic healer, the more you're in any kind of this profession, the more you need to heal yourself every day. And the more important this profession, that you are in, where you have to take more important decisions that are going to affect a lot of people, that are going to affect thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people, right? You need to meditate. All these top CEOs, all these directors, they meditate every day. It's just part of their routine. Why is it part of their routine? Because you need to clear the shit that builds up here. That's where all the shitty ideas come from that screw your life. You need to clear that out every day. And Meditation is a very good way that you can do it. Journaling, etc. are. And meditation is a great way that you can do it. Journaling, and there are all these other techniques that you can do it. But the simplest way to do that is like we spoke about in the last video. Be there for yourself. And the simplest way to do that is to make solitude a priority. Just make it a point to spend time alone every day. 15 minutes, it's enough. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, if you're spending 30 minutes alone every day, man, wow. Your mind is like fit as a fiddle, because you can see everything with perfect objectivity. You can look at your life with perfect clarity. Okay? So this is Jay Kaushal. I kind of got spooked. So this is Jay Kaushal, writer, motivational speaker, and life coach. And I'm saying bye-bye. See you soon. Take care.